A lot of educators tell students, think of your principal as your pal.
Not you.
Think of me as your judge, jury, and executioner.
Well, at least you're self-aware.
Buffy hasn't stabbed a horticulture teacher with a trowel.
Wow.
I didn't stab anyone with a trowel.
Go on.
They were pruning shears.
Okay.
Sheila has never burnt down a school building.
Well, that was never proven.
Boom.
The fire marshal said it could have been mice.
There you go. Also, not this school.
We really are neck and neck here. It's quite exciting.
You shouldn't be keeping score, dude.
Your parents, assuming you have any.
Wow. Oh, you judge a little bit.
We can work on the banners at lunch tomorrow and figure out refreshments then.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Mate, this is a solo project, Buffy. Just get on board.
Snyder's got you guys making party favors, huh?
Xander, your shirt is looking good. Fair play, win. Hey, to be fair, completely missed Willow. Mate, her outfit is on point.
She was already smoking in 5th grade. Once I was lookout for her.
You're bad to the bone. As long as nothing really bad happens between now and then, you'll be fine.
What did you say that for? Now something bad is gonna happen.
What were you thinking?
Mate, just because you have some nice style this episode doesn't mean you can get away with saying anything you want. Okay. Is this Angel going through his goth phase? Hey. I'll do it again.
Home sweet home.
Boom! Hello. I mean, he's kind of a gothy angel, isn't he? Just putting it out there. Oh, they didn't have to put that. Why did they put the dance in there? I didn't notice that last episode. I'm sorry. Sorry.
The master is dead.
All right.
Someone has to take his place.
Do they have to?
Can you do it?
Yes.
Mate, I feel like your style needs to get a bit of an upgrade though, do you know what I mean? Like, we've got to, come on, the master, leather, full leather, dude, full leather. You can't just half-ass it, you know? You got to be a full package. This guy with his little cardigan, nah, not in the right spot for me, I'll be honest with you.
When I kill her, it'll be the greatest event since the crucifixion.
Was that a great event?
I ought to rip your throat out.
Tell you what, Colin's entranced.
Who do you kill for fun around here?
Who are you?
Spike.
Spike boy! Hey! Hey! Whoa. Sorry, I don't know what just happened.
I read about you.
Mate, honestly, this is way earlier than I thought we'd see him. I'm pretty sure people have told me when he comes into it, completely forgot. And I know he turns good, but I'll be honest with you, man, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Like, because like, it's interesting though, isn't it? I do feel like it's a very unique perspective that I've got. My introduction to Spike was as good Spike. He was a part of the team. He was a good vampire, right? He was very Angel-esque, but he wasn't Angel, do you know what I mean? And it's interesting knowing that and having that in my mind as who Spike is, and then seeing this, because it's completely different. He is very much a full-fledged vampire, and that's so interesting. If anything, that intrigues me more, because I'm like, okay, cool, I've seen the end and the start, and I'm so curious as to that journey. If anything, I'm more enticed by it. I know that this kind of might come across as like, oh, well, stop trying to, you know, persuade us that it's a good thing that you spoiled yourself and all this stuff. But it's like, genuinely, like, I'm so interested in seeing, like, this whole journey was sold to me based on the journey. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm looking at this now and I'm like, wow, from seeing the start to the finish, I'm like, I'm looking forward to that journey.
Who am I kidding? I love to brag. There was this one slayer.
What? Oh, hello.
Drusilla.
Oh, hello. We're getting a little bit of vampire politics, maybe.
You're weak.
Look at all the people.
Oh, no, I don't think she's a vampire.
People.
We're getting along.
No, she is.
Yeah, he's the big noise in these parts. Anointed.
Do you like daisies?
What?
I plant them, but they always die.
Okay, well, she's creepy.
Everything I put in the ground withers and dies.
All right, mate. Well.
Spike, I'm cold.
Give her a bit of this. Does a trick every time, trust me. All right. Interesting dynamic. See, Angel, other vampires are age appropriate, I'm assuming. I mean, I don't know.
We're moving in.
Interesting. I feel like this is what it needed, you know, the vampire thing. I mean, look, again, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? You kind of assume the vampires have got to be integral, front-facing enemies. And, you know, season 1, they were the Master. We got Colin as well. But since that, there has been, I mean, hey, we've approached it this episode, obviously, a vacancy. And I think Colin is Colin, but at the end of the day, you know, no shade on the kid. He's doing a great job. He is a kid, like the actor. And there's only so much you can kind of do with that in them being a larger than life central kind of leader, villain. Do you know what I mean? I hope that doesn't come across too kind of derogatory towards him, because like I say, he's doing a great job with what he's got and for his age, right? But for example, like putting Colin and these two next to each other, it's not quite the same. And I think there's a lot of energy, a lot of personality, a lot of character in these two injected into this mix that was lost, right, when the Master got killed. And I think that's what it needed. Also interesting, right? I was talking about, I kind of know where Spike goes. Don't know anything about Drew. Didn't know. I mean, I'm assuming she's young. Obviously stepped out by that point. Stepped out. But also her performance, the actor, very creepy. So I'm very interested to see how that goes and that dynamic works, and actually who Spike is with her, and maybe how it changes him without her.
I'll do your Slayer for you. And you keep your flunkies from trying anything behind my back.
Interesting. He's going straight for the big boy.
Kill it for me.
It's done, baby. I'll chop her into messes.
You are my sweet.
Do you know what I love about this, by the way?
My little Spike.
This is beautiful, this scene with them.
So, how about this?
Yeah. I love the dynamic between those two. And I love that they're both giving it their full go. That scene and the dialogue, kind of cringe on paper, right? And in other actors' hands might have been cringe. But I think they acted it, they believed it, they committed to it. They were like, no, this is real. As silly as it might sound, or as cringy as it might almost be, right? They hammed it up and they sold that. I think that's what that kind of dialogue, that kind of scene needs, and it's so enchanting for that. And then almost, you know, the cavalier note to Spike coming out of that as well. Yeah, I love these two as a dynamic.
How about this, Slayer? Is she tough?
Ow.
Well, I look forward to meeting your principal.
Don't.
Life is more than grades and homework
Yes.
and not getting kicked out of school.
Good.
But we moved once because of you getting in trouble and had to start a new business.
Fair, valid.
And you don't want to do it again.
What I don't want is to be disappointed in you again.
Hey, at the end of the day, they're a team. She's right. As much as she's got to be, you know, look at it from Buffy's point of view, Buffy's got to look at it, and I got to look at it from, you know, her point of view. They're huge changes for a person. Moving, starting a new life, starting a new business. Damn, that's huge. You don't want to be doing that. You can't keep doing that. So yeah, it is. They're absolutely a unit. They're a team. They're in this together, and they got to support each other through that.
I have a lot of pressure on me right now.
Wait till you get a job.
Ugh. The knuckle duster with spikes on it. Topical.
I can study and party and do parent-teacher nights. I don't have to
Buffy.
fight vampires.
Oh dear.
This Saturday is the Night of St. Vitus. He led a crusade of vampires.
Great.
If I survive parent-teacher night tomorrow, I'll see what I can do about Saturday.
Being a tad flip. This is serious.
Yeah, no, it is. This is the thing. Again, I like it. We're not going away from it. She's got a lot on her plate, man. She's not just the Slayer. Between the last time this was kind of happening and she was, you know, trying to balance this life, there's been a lot that's happened. And I think we'd kind of got off that topic a little bit, and we're focusing on other stuff, / the Master coming into this season, and now we're back onto it, as we always would have been, right? Because she, again, high school student trying to balance all this stuff, absolutely makes sense, and she's going through a lot right now. So how do you do that as well? It's interesting how they put stakes to it. We've had mentioned twice, essentially, expulsion. As a Slayer, that can't happen, right? She has to be here. So it's not just about finding a balance for her own mental health and all that stuff. It's finding a balance so that she can keep doing her job as the Slayer, right? It's integral to that. And so I like that they put stakes into it in that way, because, you know, yeah, this St. Vitus thing, very serious, but Giles has got to take on board as well that this is important too.
Okay, well, if my slaying doesn't get me expelled, then I promise my banner making won't get me killed, okay?
This Saturday is going to need a great deal of preparation.
Mate, Giles needs to be kind of, I don't know how much power he's really got, but use any power he's got to try and like let up the pressure on her school-wise. Have a word with the principal, be like, oh, she's helping me out with this thing.
You wouldn't be helping Buffy in Sheila's place, would you?
Well, if she's not there, mate, what do you want?
She ditched.
Yeah, expel her.
I feel an expulsion coming on.
Yeah.
No, actually, Sheila's been helping us for hours.
Buffy, mate, this helps you.
To get some more...
Oh. Yikes, dude.
Is there no more teal in the art room? Let's just go with what we have.
Very nice, very kind of Buffy there. Good. Lovely to see Xander just dancing on his own, man. I love that. Confidence, mate. I like it. Just have a good time.
Guys, I'm all alone out there. Somebody has to dance with me.
No, you're fine. You're doing okay, mate.
One dance. You've been studying really.
Oh, Angel. I do, by the way, I do like that every time we get the bronze, we do get like a different band. I don't know, it's just a nice touch. You all right, bro?
Go get something to eat. I need to call the police. There's some big guy out there trying to bite someone.
What a tactic. I feel like Angel's using this to assess her. I feel like he's watching to see her capability. Clever. He's being careful. Yeah, he saw that she has friends that are gonna help her too. Yeah, very clever. The thing, he came in and he said to his girlfriend what she called. He was gonna take care of it, and he didn't just go seek her out and use, you know, brawn. Scouted her out, locked eyes on her, and then he was like, right, okay, assess. I like that approach. And also it shows that he's a different kind of vampire as well, right? He's a big talker, we saw that, but we don't know at this point how capable he actually is. This shows us that there's a little bit more to him. Strong introduction for his character, you know, full of personality as well. Kicking!
Happens on Saturday.
I kill you.
Okay. Yeah, I like the tone and the vibe that comes with Spike. Because I think when I initially saw him in the final episode, I thought he was, because he was very almost, personality-wise, he was almost comic relief a little bit, you know, he was quite light, he was, you know, always with a quip and all that, do you know what I mean? And it's nice seeing this and actually seeing, yeah, that's still there, I think, right? We saw that a little bit with the vampires, that kind of cavalier attitude, the ego, the confidence. Not quite the same though, admittedly, but seeing this undertone of sinister and danger. And he pulls it off well too, you believe it.
Makes me wanna... What's going on?
Uh-oh, are they gonna turn her? Use her as bait?
Not funny!
Yeah.
You can't run, that would be wrong. Could we hide?
Well, he can't be any worse than any other creature you faced.
He's worse.
In theory. Oh, hello.
Once he starts something, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Come on, you've been dating for what, like 200 years?
Right, we keep mentioning that.
Wow, 2 centuries of dating.
Uh-huh.
Angel, do you know if this Spike fellow goes under any other name?
For real.
I'm putting a collar with a little bell on that guy.
Miss Edith speaks out of turn.
Oh, she's well creepy though, isn't she, really?
No cakes today.
Like, what's up with her?
I miss Prague.
You nearly died in Prague.
Oh, I feel like she might be dying this episode, you know?
All right, I'll go up and get chanty with the fellas, but you...
This is the thing, he's American, right? I remember people talking a little bit about his accent, and I think, Giles coaching him a little bit. It's interesting though, I think he's taken the American out of his accent, which I think is a good job, honestly. Because I think he's going for Cockney, right? I think that's what he was later on. And you can tell he's kind of going for that sometimes, and he kind of gets close to that sometimes. But I think even at baseline, he's taken the American out of his accent, which I think is a good job. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter that he's not quite hitting the Cockney. Yeah, it's quite nice that Cordelia does just pop up a little bit, you know, in and out of these, okay, situations. Wow.
Is that your mother?
She doesn't speak a word of English.
Okay, dude. No, this is gonna blow up in your face. 8:45? That's so late.
Giles has us locked up in that library working on your weapons. Even slaves get minimum wage.
No,
Is that your mom? Now that is a woman that knows how to moisturize. Did it, like, skip a generation?
Unnecessary.
Principal Snyder.
Is he gonna fancy her?
I'm afraid we need to talk.
Oh.
He didn't look very happy.
He never does though, Buffy.
Cordelia, have some lemonade.
My new friend Spike is known as William the Bloody.
Oh my god, I just realised I'm going to keep it in the video and it might confuse some people, I'm so sorry. I just realised I call Spike Angel in the bronze. It's the white hair, man. Honestly, Angel fits him better.
Torturing his victims with railroad spikes.
But
Here's some good news, he's barely 200. He's not even as old as Angel.
oh, well, he's probably a bit too young for Buffy then, isn't he?
Spike has forged 2 slayers in the last century, and he's killed them both.
Oh wow, not just big talk then.
In the car, now.
Oh mate, you'd have to look so smug. Mate, there's still people here. There's still people... What's he doing? Sorry, that was bizarre. There's still people in there just chatting and they're just acting like it's normal when he's turning all the lights off. What reality is this?
What can I say? Couldn't wait.
Okay. Hang on, she's doing this in front of her mum? Is her mum gonna find out? I feel like this is hard to explain. Her mum just saw the vampires. Nicely done. Like, how do you explain this? Which I feel like is appropriate. Like, things were getting bad for her life and the balance and all that stuff. It would kind of make a little bit of sense for, you know, the people in her life to be like, damn, you had all this to contend with? Okay. And just back off a little bit, you know?
I'm here! Now!
I feel like the principal would be well on board as well. Like, it'd be like, vampires? Figures.
And the Slayer?
She either went that way or that way.
Mate, those are opposite directions.
I didn't get much of a look, but is there something wrong with their faces?
PCP. It's a gang on PCP.
Okay.
Can't go outside, they'll kill you!
You don't tell me. I tell you.
They will kill everybody in this room.
Hey, hello.
Nobody goes out, nobody comes in until I say so.
Taking control, I like this.
Who do you think you are?
The Slayer.
I'm the one that knows how to stop them.
Yeah, she's really initiating him in it, isn't she? I like it as well. She's like, no, this is life or death. If you go out, you'll die. And she's prioritizing that over the secrecy. And I think that's what the Slayer would do. I think that's a mature thing to do. It would be easy as the kind of the high school kid to be like, no, I can't tell them. They can't know, you know. Ah, no. Boom. It didn't hesitate. She was like, no, get back down right now.
Yeah, kitty, kitty.
And I like this as well. They built up him, Spike, as a danger. They have. And everything that they've done, like I said, the way that he kind of used the guy as bait at the beginning, he's clever. He has a presence about him that is dangerous, right? We had the thing in the library where Giles was like, you know, he's killed 2 Slayers. It's like, whoa, that's real. He's dangerous. He is dangerous. And it's interesting how we've had so far this dynamic of, like I've kind of mentioned before, Buffy, you know, coming up against vampires and not really struggling. It's just kind of, at this point, they're a little bit like fodder, right? If we've had, like last episode we had in the graveyard, you know, the vampire was there and there was a little bit of a fight and boom, she got him. That's kind of been the vampire presence other than the master and, you know, Colin, I suppose. And so having Spike get ushered in this way, feeling dangerous and coming up against her, like me, I'm like, I want to see him clash. He feels like a challenge and that feels good. And I think reasserting the vampires in that way and having them personified in this like show of strength and danger is nice and also important considering the representation of them previously.
Oh God, oh God.
Yeah.
I am the Watcher. I am responsible for her.
Rupert, be careful.
Nice. Supportive. Hello. That's where she was going.
Giles, my mother's in that room. I don't make it out of here. I know you'll make sure she does.
Bloody right I will.
Oh.
Fair enough. What's your plan?
Nice. Interesting, isn't it? How we've had a bit of a shift. This conversation right here, Buffy's in charge. I think previously she's always deferred a little bit to Giles, right? Or they've worked together. And it's interesting how her with Principal Snyder a minute ago and her now with Giles, she's the leader and she should be. That's her role, right? I'm not saying she should have been there all this time. What I'm saying is it's nice to see her kind of transitioning more comfortably into that role. I mean, you know, it's interesting how she said like, no, this is serious. My mum's in that room and Giles back down. You know, I think there's respect there and I think that comes from Prophecy Girl and everything that happened there and the responsibility and the decision that she took on and the decision that she made in that episode. And I think that means something. And it's nice, you know, in this show that we've got, you know, things happen and then they don't just go away. We're seeing now that meant something and it affected the characters and it's affected the relationships and the dynamic in the way that it should. And it's just a nice payoff to see that happen.
Fair enough. What's your plan?
Yeah, and that's so big. Him deferring to her and being like, fair, cool, okay, what's your plan? We're a team, but I'll follow your lead. Beautiful. Don't be silly.
I say this is not happening.
Then I guess the danger's over.
I'm beginning to see a certain mother-daughter resemblance.
Excuse you. Mate, just hit me in the face.
Thought solid. Use your head.
Oh no, yeah, he's gonna... Amazing.
Come with me!
Not quite going how you wanted, is it, spiky boy? Yeah. Yes, good, mother. Thank you.
Look, just hang on for one more minute until I tell you to open the door.
I feel like the mum's got to ask her after this, like, what went down? My guy didn't hear that. Is he deaf?
Sheila, where have you been?
Oh, they did turn her.
There's some really weird guys outside.
Damn.
They're trying to kill us.
I thought they might, because it gets her closer to Buffy.
Spike. Oh, babe.
Damn!
Always guard your perimeter. You should have someone out there.
Not dead. I'm surrounded by idiots. What's new with you?
Oh, are they buddies?
Come up against his Slayer yet?
She's cute. Not too bright, though.
Yeah, and Spike doesn't know about, I guess, him being good. Interesting. Parted for a while.
Gave the puppy dog a more tortured act. Keeps her off my back when I feed.
Man, I find it so interesting. I find Angel more convincing when he's doing that. He's acting it really well. Good on him. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, how no exposition, just from a conversation, me as the audience, I'm like, you know, calling out, okay, this is the relationship, well acted, well written, because it, you know, communicates that to you. There's ease, there's familiarity. Then obviously, you know, based on the information we know, obviously Spike doesn't know that he's good now. It gives you a little bit of an indication of, okay, they have been parted for a while, but they knew each other. He also said that I always taught you to have someone guarding the perimeter, so I wonder as well at their relationship and how maybe Angel mentored him, tutored him. Do you know what I mean? All this information that you kind of get, and it's not spoon-fed to you in exposition or like Angel. Interesting, isn't it? It's that's why he walked out of the library without actually answering. I did wonder at that. I was like, why? Why aren't you giving, what information aren't you giving to the audience right now? Because that's why that was. I knew that at the time. I just didn't know what information, you know, that the show was trying to keep from me. But I guess it's that, because that's what I mean. It's funny how I stumbled upon that, because I was just going to say it didn't happen with Angel talking to the gang and being like, well, this was the relationship, I knew him for this long, he was this to me, blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? That's a very boring way to communicate that information. It's very exposition-esque, whereas this, very organic, and also informs you that he's hurt by that relationship, whatever happened, or he's got a personal stake in this. You know, I'm informed a little bit more as to their relationship, and I guess he walked out the room because he didn't want to talk about it. Maybe he does. They had a relationship, and despite him changing, Angel changing, he doesn't know how to feel maybe about Spike. He still feels that friendship, but he knows that Spike wouldn't hold that friendship in the same way anymore because of perhaps where Angel is. Do you know what I mean? And so there's that personal stake. Now, in being informed as I am, he didn't want to talk about it. It makes sense that he walked out. He didn't want to talk about it because this is personal to him.
I knew you were lying. Undid.
Oh, Xander. Buffy, watch your back. Yep. Yikes on that, dude. Yeah. Didn't know who you were messing with, hey?
So, why are you so scared of the Slayer? Time was he would have taken her out in a heartbeat.
He's clocking.
The torture thing is an act, right? You're not.
It shows you, again, got shown to us as the audience, he's clever. He thought this through. He's working this out as well.
I'll just feed and run.
We'll do it together.
It's testing him. Yeah.
You think you can fool me?
Yeah, okay.
You were my sire, man. You
Really?
were my Yoda.
It's that deep. Fair.
Do we really need weapons for this?
They make me feel all manly.
He's a good actor, you know, and sorry, I don't want to like upset anybody, but I remember at the time when I watched the finale, I didn't really know if he was or not. He wasn't this. I don't know. Maybe my perception of that episode will change when I eventually get there. But yeah, I didn't see this level of performance from him in the finale. I guess he had less to do as well, right? This episode is kind of very much on his shoulders. He's got a lot to do. It's his introduction as well. He's got to be putting a lot of work into this as well, you know, but good actor. Wow. Xander okay there? Nice. Kick in! Well done. Oh.
You get the hell away from my daughter.
Hello. Alrighty.
Women.
What? Damn, Mom saving the day. Alright, so she's finding out then, yeah?
Nobody lays a hand on my little girl.
I hope she saw how Buffy was holding her own, though.
Looks like he was pulled right through the window. I told him not to go through that window.
Okay, buddy.
I will understand if you decide to start avoiding me.
Oh.
I couldn't make the first move. I had to see if he was buying it or not.
It's true.
If he bit me, what then? We would have known he bought it.
Tough luck. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the deal with you being Spike's sire? What's a sire?
Seriously?
You want the usual story? Gang-related PCP?
But you have in mind the truth?
Oh.
Right. Gang-related PCP.
Do you know? Do they know? Interesting, okay.
Principal Snyder said you were a troublemaker, and I could care less.
Couldn't care less, sorry.
I have a daughter who can take care of herself.
Yes.
I'm gonna sleep better knowing all that.
Good. We love to see it. Right, so she's not suspecting at all. Okay. Hey. Yeah, is Snyder, is he a government man? Saw a bit of that last season.
Spike, did she hurt you?
It was close.
Oh, come here.
I like this. I like that these guys are still around. They're going to be a presence.
Slayer with
family and friends. Sure as hell wasn't in the brochure.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, and that's what makes it so integral, that she's so dangerous, because she's not alone. I think the reason that he killed the other two was because they probably were. Yeah, I like that this is not just for an episode. I mean, I knew that Spike wasn't, right, but I'm glad to see that she is sticking around too. It makes me excited for this whole arc as well. And also, what a brilliant first episode for him. Great introduction and great at establishing the conflict between him and Buffy, right, and kind of giving those stakes to that relationship, to that protagonist-antagonist arrangement to go forward with.
How's the annoying one?
He doesn't want to play.
See, not move from that barrel.
You should lay down your life.
If I had to do it all over again... Am I kidding?
I
would do it exactly the same, only I'd do this.
No! Amazing. Yes. Maybe I shouldn't love that as much as I do, but...
From now on, we're going to have a little less ritual.
I love this.
And a little more fun.
Oh, perfect. Good. That's really nice, actually. A really nice shaking up of the status quo, like I said. This representation of the vampires last season and now into this season. That line there, a little less ritual, a bit more fun, right? I think that's a good descriptor of last season and the vampires and the master. Very ritualistic, very serious. And actually, yeah, Spike is very much, well, he's, you know, he has those elements. That's not his presence, you know. He is a bit more fun. He's very entertaining to watch. He's enjoyable to watch, but he's also dangerous, right? And that is a very different dynamic for the vampires. And that shift that he just did, putting him in the cage, it's almost like coming into season 2, it's like, okay, no, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun with it. I like that. It shakes up the status quo, you know, shakes up the vampires alongside the conflict and the relationship between him and Buffy thus far set up in this episode. Going forward with that, it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice palate cleanser from last season, and it's doing something new. Oh God, he's gone? He's gone? Oh, of course, the son. He's just dead? Wait, for real? I thought he was just going to be in a cage. Dear Lord. Did they seriously? That's bold. To go from the anointed one. That's very much a shift, isn't it? It's almost like, because, you know, I know how obviously last season was put together and the circumstances surrounding the show. And so I suppose they kind of had that arc and had the Colin arc, right? I guess maybe they just got in the writer's room and were like, don't really know what to do with this. Kind of boring, you know. Like I was saying before, you know, there's only so much I think you can do with a child actor and that character. And it's like, what can you do? What can you build up to with that? He is almost a master-esque figure. It would have been, I think, whatever art they could have come up with for him, it would have kind of been in the same vein, I suppose, as the master, and that is more the same. And I think it's absolutely a mark of this show that I've seen so far, that they subvert your expectations, and I think they've done it again. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I thought he was just going to be in a cage and we'd do something with him later on, but damn, they just killed him. It was that easy, you know. Look at me talking about it, excited about it, and how unexpected that was considering. But I think it probably was just a case of like they wrote him into the first season. It was a good arc for that. And I suppose maybe they were like, nah, screw it. We're going to do something different, something new. And we're excited by this. And I think you can tell that, you know, Spike and his character and the girl, Drew, their dynamic is so fun. And I think they're good actors and they sell it. And I think, you know, you can feel that excitement, I think, in the writing and they're like, no, we're just going to do this instead. This is more exciting. This is more original. We're going to subvert the expectations of the audience with this as well. Brilliant decision to do that, I think. I love that. And I didn't see that coming at all. And I think probably, I don't know, but my guess would be that they wrote that in the first season, didn't have obviously plans for a continuation, a second season, but then perhaps on the conception of the second season, they were like, it doesn't really work. We don't really know what to do with him. The possibilities are limited as well with the character we'd set up and having him be a child. Let's just change it. Yeah. Interesting. But I like that decision and everything. Brilliant episode, great episode. And a brilliant introduction for Spike as well. I'm really eager to see that go forward. And actually, like I say, genuinely, honestly, if you watch any of my, you know, stuff, my content across the board, I hate spoilers. I hate spoilers. I genuinely hate spoilers. But I suppose, you know, inherent in that is, you know, I hate being spoiled. That's kind of more accurate, I suppose. I chose to spoil myself with the way that I made the first video on Buffy. And I hate spoilers. I genuinely despise despise them so much. I hate being spoiled. But I think it is a testament to what I've seen in the show so far, the faith that's been built between me and the show. So there's fireworks going on, I'm so sorry. So sorry, if you've seen that, you know I hate them. So I hope because of that, you know that I'm honest when I say, despite being spoiled, I suppose, and seeing the last episode, seeing this episode makes me so excited, considering the information I have, and seeing the two versions of Spike. So excited to see that journey. And from what I've seen this episode, the display of the writing for him, the acting for him, and it is fun. It is. It's entertaining. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Anyway, that's it. That was the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do consider doing that. Tick notifications as well. Don't forget. Thank you, as always, genuinely, to everyone who supports me. I've got YouTube memberships and a Patreon link down below if you're interested in that. But other than that, hey, we'll be back soon with some Buffy. But that's it from me for now. Watch this video to keep the hype train going. And I will see you very, very soon.